Hey everybody, it is Sunday, so that means it's time for story time. I have an amazing setup for you today. First, I have a very, very beautiful snake named Habanero. Habanero happens to be a Colombian boa, but more specifically is what we call a BCI, boa constrictor imperator, which sometimes gets confused with BCCs, which are boa constrictor constrictors. And I'll get to that in a second, because we also have a really cool book called Zonia's Rainforest by Juana Martinez-Neal, which is a great book about what's happening in the Amazon and all the beautiful animals that are there. Which happens to be, this guy right here, is featured in the book and happens to be one of those great animals from that area. So, he is a BCI, not a BCC. So to get to the difference between those, there's tons of different boa constrictors between Central and South America. And depending on where they're from, their colors, their patterns, their saddles, which are these little cross areas on them, can be all a little bit different. And that helps us differentiate between where they're from. So a BCI, like Habanero here, is found in parts of Central America and northern parts of South America. And we know he's a BCI because he has 24 saddles on his back. Now, if they have 14 to 22, they're typically going to be a BCC. But if they have more than that 22, then they're a BCI. Also, we look at the shape of their actual saddles. So when we see that pinched part in the middle, that tells us it's a BCI. But if it had a Batman logo, like a peak at the top and bottom, well, then we know that they're BCC. The other is being able to look at his face and seeing that the pattern on the top of his head, sorry there, buddy. You see how it kind of makes a cross and it comes down and connects across his eyes? That also tells us he's a BCI. BCCs would more look like they have an eyebrow and then there's a line that goes through them. Now, these guys can get pretty big. Usually we're looking at around like 6 feet or so for a male, sometimes up to 8, but then females can also reach upwards of 10 feet. This is another difference between a lot of the BCC and BCIs and all their subspecies is the sizes that they grow at. And sometimes color is going to be a big differentiation as well. These guys tend to be a little bit darker, but then have like a brick red tail, and his is actually still kind of like just grayish. Whereas like BCCs can sometimes be a little bit brighter colored. But again, it kind of all depends on where they come from. Just like other snakes, it's going to use his tongue to smell things and look for food, which for these guys is going to be rodents and birds. They're very, very dexterous, meaning they can climb very well and go up trees, so they'll raid bird nests and even catch birds over the air when they can. There's also lots of rodents that live up in the trees, and they'll catch the rodents that are up there as well. Just like many other snakes, he can eat something as thick as he is as thick as point, which means all the skin on his neck can stretch out extra big, and then his muscles can crush down the food until it goes down into his stomach. They're very, very cool snakes. They're very laid back. Normally people recommend something like a ball python as a starter snake, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit bigger and has some cooler looking colors, well, then a boa constrictor is gonna be right up your line, especially a BCI like this guy. You wanna get your grip there? There we go. Now he's got his grip. Well, he's gonna help us read our book, Zonia's Rainforest by Juana Martinez-Neal, and we're gonna learn a little bit about what it's like living in the rainforest. Zonia lives with those she loves in the rainforest, where it's always green and full of life. Every morning, the rainforest calls to Zonia. Every morning, Zonia answers. In Zonia's rainforest, green and full of life, she visits old friends and meets new ones. Good morning, she says, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. She stops to talk with some chatty new neighbors. Welcome, I live next door, Zonia sings. She says hello to her most playful friend. You are my favorite, Zonia whispers. If she is lucky, her fastest friend will invite her for a short ride through the thicket. We are mighty, Zonia says, for that is what she feels in her heart. Zonia sees a colorful couple swim by. "How's the water today?" she asks with a smile. She congratulates mamas with their new babies. "I can't wait for you to meet my baby brother. I love him so much." Zonia loves playing hide and seek. 5, 6, 7, 8, she counts. Some friends help Zonia see the world in new ways. And Zonia knows just who to visit when she wants to be quiet and still. After visiting all her friends, Zonia is ready to go home. She can't wait to see her mama and her baby brother again. On her way home, Zonia comes across something she has not seen before. Frightened, she runs for the rest of the way home. "Mama, look," Zonia says and opens her hands. "The forest needs help." "It is speaking to you," says Zonia's mama. "Then I will answer," says Zonia, "as I always do." We all must answer. The end. This is a really great book that shows what it's like for the native people of South America, which there's tons of different indigenous tribes down there. Particularly, this one is about the Ashaninka people. I hope I said that right. And about their way of life and what it's like in the Amazon, and how things like illegal logging and mining and farming are hurting their communities, and they're losing all of the beauty of that is the Amazon. They're losing animal diversity and they're losing their land. In fact, it even lists the threats in this book along with all the different animals that she encountered. So, if you'd like to learn more about that, there are tons of different resources in the back of this book. If you want to pick it up at your local library, because I always get mine from the Capital Area District Library downtown. But there is the worldwildlife.org, the nrdc.org, the rainforestalliance.org, and you can learn tons more about what's happening with the rainforest and how you can help out. So I hope you enjoyed learning about our BCI friend here, and I hope you enjoyed our book. We will see you guys next time.